What's up, guys? You're here with Goran from Pickdawgz, and you're here for your free picks for the UEFA Champions League on Tuesday, November 7th. Well, guys, it's that time of the week again. We have 8 games on the schedule in the Champions League. It's going to be an interesting day. We have some great matchups coming up. And of course, we have more Champions League picks coming up on Wednesday, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe to the Pickdawgz YouTube channel, hit that like button, guys, and of course, feel free to leave a comment on any of these videos and I will be more than happy to answer any of the questions you might have. For my best bets, of course, go up to the Pickdawgz website, go to the premium section, get to my profile, or simply click the link in the description of this video, and that will get you straight there. There you can sign up, get a daily pass, 3-day pass, 7-day pass, or even a month-long pass if that's something you want to do. Of course, as usual, feel free to check out soccer betting tools up on the sportchatplace.com. You can create your own parlay. You can check the profitable teams, profitable goal scorers, and whatnot. It's quite a good tool to have, and it's completely free up on sportchatplace.com. Like I said, guys, 8 games on the schedule, and the first one is between Atletico Madrid and Celtic. I know that Atletico Madrid has been a little bit sloppy over the last few weeks. They dropped points against Las Palmas on the road. They lost that game 2-1 this past weekend. Before that, they did beat Alaves 2-1 at home, and they did get a 2-2 draw against Celtic a few weeks ago in the reverse fixture of this matchup in the Champions League as well. I think the situation is going to be a little bit different here, and as well as Celtic is doing, as good as form as they are in, they haven't lost any of their last 6 games. They really are not competing in a strong league, and that definitely is a problem both for them and for Rangers when playing in Europe. And I think that Atletico Madrid will try to put this one to bed as soon as possible, get a little bit of a breathing room, maybe even take over the top of this group. And for that reason, I'm taking Atletico Madrid -1.5 at -113. In the next matchup of this group, guys, we have Lazio hosting Feyenoord, and you know what? Lazio has been very, very sloppy. Uh, they are coming off of a loss, if I'm not mistaken, in Serie A. Yes, they did lose to Bologna 1-0. Before that, they did beat Fiorentina, but in the reverse fixture of this matchup, they lost to Feyenoord in the Netherlands 3-1. And I don't know. Luckily for them, they still have a chance of qualifying to the next stage. They're in third place right now with 3 points, which is 2 points less than Feyenoord has, and potentially with a win here, the situation will be different. And this group is pretty much wide open right now, apart from Celtic, who has only 1 point so far in the Champions League. I definitely have to go with goals in this one, to be honest. Both teams to score an over 2.5. I know that Lazio not necessarily doesn't have to push to get a win, but I think they will try to do it simply because Feyenoord has a lot of offense on their side this season, and they are playing outstanding football. They are creating a lot of chances. They are scoring goals, and if Lazio wants to do something in this game, they will have to outscore Feyenoord. So both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. That's gonna be my pick for this one. Borussia Dortmund is hosting Newcastle, and that is after they lost a few weeks ago to Newcastle in England. No, actually, they have beaten Newcastle 1-0 in England. After that, they got a 3-3 draw against Eintracht Frankfurt. They have barely beaten Hoffenheim 1-0. And they got destroyed by Bayern Munich this past weekend 4-0 at home in that their Klassiker in Bundesliga. And they will definitely try to bounce back in this game after that. Dortmund haven't lost any of their last 27 home games, uh, apart from that game against Bayern. While Newcastle actually hasn't lost any of their last 5 games on the road, but I honestly think that Newcastle is overperforming a little bit in that defensive end. They have kept 2 clean sheets in a row right now against Manchester United and Arsenal, and is it likely for them to keep another clean sheet against Borussia Dortmund, the team that could definitely use a win here to get closer to the top of the table? I don't think so. Now, can Newcastle get on the scoreboard? They definitely can because I think Borussia Dortmund is a bit shaken up after that loss to Bayern Munich. So in this one, I'm gonna take both teams to score. -165. Sure, I would love for this price to be a little bit closer to the even money, but Minus 165 is the best we're gonna get, and I will take it. So Borussia Dortmund versus Newcastle, both teams to score. In the second matchup of this group, guys, we have Milan playing against PSG, and you know what? Milan hasn't won any of the last four games right now, while PSG on the other side is on a five-game winning streak, and they are finally looking like a championship team, the team that can beat anyone. And during this five-game winning streak, PSG has scored at least three goals in each of those five games. Now that's 15 goals in five games. They kept four clean sheets, actually three clean sheets. They conceded only four goals in those five games. Actually, three goals in those five games. I sorry, guys. And they are creating a lot of chances. They did beat Milan in the reverse fixture. It was 3-0, and Milan simply doesn't have a choice but to go for the win here. They are at the bottom of this group, only 2 points. Like I said, they haven't scored. They haven't won any of their last four games. They haven't been scoring a lot. They have been struggling with that massively, and that will have to change for them in this game if they want to do something. So, keeping it simple, guys. Over 2.5 goals, minus 130, outstanding price, and I will gladly take it. Crvena Zvezda, or Red Star that is hosting RB Leipzig in the next matchup, guys. And Leipzig has beaten them 3-1 at home just a few weeks ago. But I have a feeling that Crvena Zvezda will get on the scoreboard here. They haven't lost any of their last 22 home games. They are in a pretty solid form. And I know that playing in the Serbian Super League and playing in the Champions League is not even close, miles apart. But they have been showing some signs of life in the Champions League. They have scored, I believe, uh, four goals so far in the Champions League. They are conceding about a 2.5 goals on average per game. And Leipzig will definitely try to bounce back after losing to Mainz 2-0, who Mainz is one of the worst teams in Bundesliga this season. So I'm going to go with both teams to score in this one and add over 2.5 at minus 110. I think that Crvena Zvezda will try to push for the goal. Leipzig still might be a little bit shaken up. They have a few injured players. Their depth has been reduced, but I definitely see them scoring as well. So Crvena Zvezda against Leipzig, both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. Manchester City is hosting Young Boys in the same group, and you know what? Manchester City is now on a four-game winning streak. They have scored 14 goals in those four games. Their latest casualty was Bournemouth 6-1 at home. They basically demolished Manchester United 3-0. They have beaten Young Boys a few weeks ago 3-1 on the road. And I'm gonna go with the same pick I had in that game. I simply have to because there's no value in anything else. As you can see, minus 1,667. That's how big of a favorite Manchester City is in this game. Over 2.5 is listed as minus 315. So we have to dig deep. We have to take either the first half total or the Asian line in the first half, and that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to take Manchester City minus 1.5 in the first half, plus 128. They have a pretty big game coming up in the EPL. They are playing against Chelsea. I'm sure they will like to put this one to bed as early as possible. So I'm hoping they take it seriously and they score some goals in the first half. So Manchester City minus 1.5 in the first half at plus 128. And we are on to the last group of this video, and the first one is between Shakhtar and Barcelona. Barcelona has beaten Shakhtar 2-1 just a few weeks ago at home. Now, this is not going to be an easy game, far from it, but Barcelona is getting some players back for this one. Lewandowski's back. They are mostly healthy. I think that Pedri is back as well. I think he actually got a few minutes in that game against Real Sociedad. So that will certainly be a huge confidence boost for this team and a dose of imagination in that midfield, which is something they desperately needed because they haven't been creating a lot of chances. They haven't been as effective as we're used to seeing it. And with Lewandowski back, you are getting that experience up front, which definitely they could use. As far as Shakhtar goes, they have one suspended player for this game because of the yellow cards, but they have lost only one of their last five games. They did score a goal a few weeks ago against Barcelona as well, and they still feel like they have a chance of getting to that second place, and they definitely do because they have 3 points. They are in third place, and I think they will try to push for a goal here, but that will leave them wide open to Barcelona, and we know how deadly Barcelona can be on those counter attacks. So I'm gonna take Barcelona to win and over 2.5 goals at -152. And the last pick of this video, guys, and the last game of the Champions League on Tuesday is between Porto and Royal Antwerp. Uh, Royal Antwerp has played 3 games in the Champions League. They have 3 losses. They have conceded 12 goals. That's an average of 4 conceded goals per game. And they are scoring about a goal on average. They have scored 3 goals in those 3 games. Porto, on the other side, is in the second place. They did beat Antwerp on the road 4-1. It was quite a bad performance from Royal Antwerp, but luckily for them, their offense has been getting a little bit better. They have scored 7 goals in their last 2 games. They're coming off of a massive win against Genk in Belgium, 3-2, and that will certainly give them a dose of confidence and safety that they can do something in this game. Porto, however, is coming off of a loss, 1-0 loss at home against Estoril, and that was not something they expected. And that is the sign that their defense is not as solid as we might think, as the books might think, and maybe -275 favorites is a bit much for Porto here. So I'm gonna go with over 2.5 goals. -148. I feel like Antwerp will try to do something in that attacking end simply because their defense is not good enough to keep Porto off the scoreboard. And the reason I'm not taking both teams to score as well is because you never know what can happen, and either of these teams could get shut out. So over 2.5 goals, -148. I will take this one gladly. That's it, everyone. Thank you for joining me here for your free picks. There is another video with the MLS playoffs up on the Pickdawgz YouTube channel, so check it out, guys. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll see you soon with more free picks.